Hello and welcome to another episode of the Women Can Do Show. I am your host, Rochelle. And first of all, I want to say happy Women Can Do Wednesday to everyone out there. I want to thank you all for taking time out of your evening to tune in because we have a great show tonight. We have this beautiful woman on here who has a powerful story to share. She has some inspiration to share. She has inspired me so much, and I have just been waiting to get her on the show. So, welcome to the show, Maxine Devereaux, aka Max.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So, for those who know, of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so of course I always do a special episode dedicated to breast cancer awareness. And who else better to have on the show this evening as we close out the month of October? Maxine is, just to give you all a little background on who she is. She is an author, she is a speaker, she's a breast cancer advocate, and she is not a survivor, but she is thriving stage 4 breast cancer. She uses the word thrive, and I can't wait for her to get into that. But I think that is so powerful. She is also the co-founder of Project Breast Control, which, for those of you who have been following our social media pages and our email, who have subscribed to our email newsletter, Project Breast Control is the organization that we have selected to donate to this year for our annual breast cancer awareness campaign, which is we give 50% of the proceeds for every breast cancer awareness product that is purchased from our site. So be sure you still have time. Go to our site, www.icando.biz, and support this organization. Max, of course, is going to share more about it. So before we get into it, Max, just outside of everything I just said, give us a brief description of who is Max.
I'm a transformer.
Yeah.
That's what I am.
Yeah.
I transform pain into purpose,
Mm,
scars into storytelling,
yeah.
rejection into repurposing and redefining who I am,
Yeah.
and my message to music, as you've noticed recently.
Yeah.
So, uh, I'm a transformer.
And I honestly I would describe you as that. I usually like someone like, I usually tell like women who have these powerful stories, I describe them as an overcomer. But you are truly a transformer. Like you, that is the word to like perfectly describe you. So I love this quote by you. It's, my scars don't tell a story of pain. They tell a story of power, a story of survival, a story that says, I'm still here. I think, first of all, that is so powerful. And before we get into what, your how you're navigating through this breast cancer journey, just share with us your journey to even becoming diagnosed. I know your story because I was at your event. And just so you all know, the everyone saw the Wine, Women, and Wellness event that me and my team attended. When was that, Max? Was it July?
July, July
In
19th.
July. And so we were part of the media for that event. It was an extraordinary event. Even our team, our production team, my son Rashad and my nephew Malik, they were so empowered and inspired um by that event. And so I think I already told you that, Max, but they really, you really, I mean, them as men, you really inspired them as well. But again, you share with us your journey to before, when what was the journey leading up to you being diagnosed?
Well, actually, well, back to the event. The event was at the Beverly Wilshire,
Yeah.
and my partner Lila White of
Yes.
Singapore, that was her idea because I'm part of Gallup. She's the founder, I'm the co-founder.
Yes.
And so we wanted to bring awareness to breast cancer and honor men as well.
Mm.
And so we united globally to bring awareness across the seas.
Yeah.
And so that event was one for the books that I will forever cherish and remember.
Oh, it was, and and just to tell you, I don't know if you remember, my son got up and spoke
Hmm.
how he was just touched because he didn't realize that men can get breast cancer. You know what I mean? And so that's what I say about you. Like, we went there for one thing to cover the event, and it was like, oh my gosh. Like, we didn't know we were coming to, like, really, I mean, that was a very rich event. I'll say that. It was full. It was, yeah, yeah. It's one for the books for sure.
Thank you. Now, with the breast cancer, people think this is the first time that I've been diagnosed.
Mm,
It's not, this is the third time.
wow.
And so, but with the breast cancer journey, since this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, because like Black History Month, we only get a month.
Yeah.
In actuality, we get 12, but
Right. Yeah.
who's counting?
Yeah.
Uh, I had a dream, and I often say, not like Martin Luther,
Mm-hmm.
but nevertheless, I had a dream. And in the dream, I was told that my left breast had to go.
Mm,
And if it didn't, it would kill me. And so for 3 months, I didn't say anything. We had just moved, and I'm like, now isn't a good timing. If something else wrong, we just moved. Let me get settled in and don't say anything until I have to.
yeah.
And so 3 months went past. And at that point, when I had the dream, I didn't feel a lump or anything.
Wow.
It wasn't until like a month and a half later that I'm taking a shower and I feel this lump. And then the water's running and I'm sliding down the shower like a Lifetime movie audition.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, girl, get up.
Yeah.
You don't have time for this foolishness. And so I still didn't say anything. And so, like 3 months later, when my husband and I were going out to the store, I let him touch my breast. I mean, not in a freaky kind of way, but just, do
Yeah.
you feel this?
Right. Right.
And he said, oh, yeah, we have to go and see what's wrong. So, went to one doctor. She said, oh, you just have lumpy breasts. Don't worry about it. I'm more
Wow.
concerned about your right breast than your left one. And I said, okay. And so then the pain started to kick in.
Mm.
And I went to another doctor. She said, oh, well, let's do a biopsy. She said, biopsy came back fine, come back in 6 months. Then the swelling started and the lump started to get bigger. So the last doctor, well, the fifth doctor, she said, on a scale of 1 to 10, what kind of pain are you in? And I said, maybe about a 5. She
Mm-hmm.
went out, then she came back in and she says, no, actually, you're in more pain than a 5. She said,
Wow.
but I'm going to refer you to another friend of mine, but you cannot give her information. Don't tell her where you got the information because you need a referral.
Mm.
And with this office, we can't refer you. We can only see you, but we can't refer you. And so she said, but go to the hospital. And she said, first of all, go home, take off your makeup, take off, I had a suit on that day or something. She said, take that off, put on jeans and a t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, this is odd, but okay.
Yeah.
So I do that and they see me immediately. Then they do an ultrasound. They did an MRI. And then the doctor came back and said, oh, this is just lumpy breast. Don't worry about it. I said, well, what about the pain? Oh, maybe you're just thinking you're in pain and you're not actually in pain. No, I know what pain feels like, and this would
Mm-hmm.
be it.
Yeah.
And so she said, well, I'm going to refer you to a friend of mine. And I was like, okay. So go to her. And when I see her, and I'll, well, back up. Before I went to her, I had an eye appointment. And my eye doctor said, you need to go see an oncologist. And I said, why? And then she says, you just need to go see one. I can't tell you why, but you need to go see one. And I thought, this is odd, but okay, whatever. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, I don't need to go see an oncologist for what? I don't have cancer.
Yeah.
But then I went to the doctor that I was referred to, and the first thing she did after she examined me, she looked at me and she said, "This needs to be cut out." And then I teared up because those were the exact words that I was told. This needs to be cut off, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And
Yeah.
so then she said, "But I'm going to refer you to a surgeon friend of mine." It's like, okay. So we go to him, and then he goes, "Oh, you probably just have lumpy breast. Don't worry about it. But we'll do a lumpectomy. But first, I'm going to aspirate it first." And usually, when I do this, it's just clear fluid, and the fluid doesn't come back, for another like 5, 10 years. But if there's blood, then there's a need for concern.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay. So he aspirated it and said, "Oh, you'll be fine. The swelling will go down. You'll be fine." But when he took the needle out, the syringe was full of blood.
Oh, wow.
And then he said, "Oh, let me do this again." So he did it again, and it was more blood. And he said, "This is interesting. Okay, so where do we go next?" Then the next day, I wake up and the area has swollen like 3 times larger than what it was the previous day.
Wow.
So I call him and I said, "It's swollen." "Oh, no, it's probably puffy, but not swollen." So, me with the personality that I have, I got dressed and went to his office. And
Mm-hmm.
he was like, in all the years I've been practicing, I've never seen this before.
Wow.
So he said, "Well, let me send it off to the pathologist." Did that. Then, when the results came back, and I went in his office and I told him, "This needs to be removed." And he goes, "Well, we don't just cut off women's breasts because that's what they want." I was like, "Are you serious right now?"
Wow.
I said, "This is my left breast, my favorite one, the one that gets along with everybody. Now, the right one got attitude,
Right.
she just don't be cooperating with nobody." And so he kind of laughed, but didn't laugh. And he said, "Well, we're going to do a lumpectomy." And I was like, "Okay." So he does the lumpectomy. And then he comes back and says, "We didn't get clean margins." And so now the no, no, before that, he said, "Well, when do you want the surgery?" I said, "Your only availability is next Friday at 11 a.m. And then he goes, "Let me go ask my," then he said the head nurse name. And so she goes, "Your only availability is next Friday at 11 a.m. And so he was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I said, "We don't have a choice."
Yeah.
But before that, even, he, I said, "We have to do the surgery." And then he just looked like, "We're not doing that." And I said, "And no," he asked me, he said, "What makes you think that you have cancer?" And I said, "God told me." And then he
Mm-hmm.
said, "Oh, God talks to you?" I said, "Yeah." And he said that you're going to have a son, and his name is going to be named Ethan.
Mm.
And so then he started laughing. I said, "You're laughing because you've had a vasectomy."
Mm.
Then he stopped laughing and said, "When do you want the surgery?" And I said, "Your only availability." Then she comes in and said, "Yeah, your only availability is next Friday at 11 a.m." And so we fast forward to the following week. I go in that Wednesday. And when I walk in the office, she has the phone in her hand and she was like, "Why are you here?" "I'm just picking up the phone to tell you to come in." I said, "Yeah, you're calling me to tell me that I need to come in and do the blood work for the surgery on Friday."
Mm-hmm.
And so she said, "Look, I just picked up the phone to call you, tell you to come in." And so when they did the surgery, fast forward to that day of surgery, and I know you're familiar with the gospel recording artist James Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the technician that comes in to put all the needles in to see how many lymph nodes has to be removed looks like James Cleveland.
Mm.
And I was like, this can't be good because James Cleveland is dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this is going to turn out. And so we went in and he put all the needles and stuff in. And he told me to look at the screen, looked at the screen. 18 lymph nodes had to be removed.
Wow.
And then I just closed my eyes at that point because I didn't really know what that meant
Yeah,
because
yeah.
nothing was explained to me. Nothing about the surgery or anything was explained. Just you have
Wow.
surgery this day and that's what's going to happen and that's it. And so lymph nodes being removed and I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to start researching or Googling, you know, back then Chat GPT wasn't around. Well, if it was,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't know about it.
Right.
And so nor did I want to go on YouTube and start looking at surgeries
Yeah.
because I'm like, that's the worst thing in the world, I
Mm-hmm.
think,
Yeah.
in
No,
my
no.
unpopular opinion to do. And so I didn't want to be freaked out. So I didn't. And so he said, look at the screen, looked at the screen, it was 18. And so I just closed my eyes because I didn't know what was next.
Yeah.
And then he started praying and crying. And so I opened up my eyes and said, what is worse than what you thought? He said, look at the screen. I looked at the screen, only two had to be removed.
Oh, wow.
And then by the time they, I came out of surgery, the doctor had told my husband that they thought that two had to be removed, but then they didn't have to remove any. But the cancer was hiding behind the lump.
Oh, wow.
And so in retrospect, I mean, in
Mm-hmm.
hindsight, you don't realize what you're enduring until after you've endured it.
Mm.
And then if you can separate your emotions from the event,
Mm-hmm.
then that's when advocacy happens. And so I waited until my emotions were removed. And then I looked at how answers, conversations could have helped
Yeah. Yeah.
had I known some key information.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even reconstructive surgery was never an option for me. It was never even a conversation.
Wow.
And a girlfriend of mine was like, "Oh, ask a doctor about tamoxifen." And then I said, "Well, what is that?" And so she said, "Just ask." So I asked, and then the doctor was like, "Well, how do you know about that?" The question shouldn't have been, "How do I know about it?" Why didn't I know about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a question I should be asking you.
Right. Yeah.
And I should have asked, "Oh, I can have reconstructive surgery? Oh, that's an option?" None of those conversations were had. And so that's why I said, let me advocate. And so when I went for my staging, the young lady that did the staging, her first thing to me, not hi, not how you doing.
Wow.
She didn't introduce herself. She just says, "Oh, welcome to the Pink Club."
Wow.
And I said, "What Pink Club?" "Oh, the breast cancer Pink Club." "Oh, you're gonna love pink." And so now you have to wear pink because you're in the club now. Yeah, I don't have to do anything. And so when it's situations like that, I'm like, well, what can I do to turn this around?
Mm.
And, you know, Lila's tagline for Gallup is get up, dress up, show up.
Dress up and show up. I love that.
I love that
I
too.
love that. And I love her.
Yeah, that's my buddy. That's my heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
But mine is be better, not bitter.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah. Yeah.
And so in breast cancer, it's like, how can I be better and not bitter
Mm.
that I didn't have the option of reconstructive surgery?
Mm. Mm.
How can I be better and not bitter after waiting 2 years for anything to be done?
Yeah. Yeah.
How can I be better and not bitter looking at the scars on my chest and thinking that Edward Scissorhands performed the surgery?
Yeah. Wow.
And what can I offer women and what can I tell them that they may not necessarily hear when they're sitting across a doctor that's not really gonna listen to them?
Mm-hmm.
And so after I got out of my feelings and realized no brush for you, it's
Mm-hmm.
not, you get some brush, you get some brush, yet no brush for you.
Yeah.
I said, let me rethink this and let my scars tell the story.
Mm. And you know what? Okay, when you finally got the surgery, that was the fourth doctor?
No, that was his seventh doctor.
Wow.
Because I
Wow.
had lumpy breast and you have lumpy breast, get over it. Come back in 6 months.
And you know what? You hear, and it was at your event that this just really blew me away when you guys talked about how many people get misdiagnosed, and
Mhm,
by the time they're properly diagnosed, you're in stage 3, stage 4.
mhm.
Um, and a lot of people don't know that. Like I was really, that's why I said it was so very informative for me, because I didn't know that.
And what they should have done, and I don't like shitting on people because I
Mhm.
don't like people telling me what I should do.
Mhm.
But what would have been smart for them to do, you had my medical records.
Mm.
This was the third time that I had cancer.
Yeah. Wow.
So it should not have taken two, almost 2.5 years for you to do something
Yeah.
simply because, oh, you don't look sick. I should not have been told, oh, go home, take off your makeup,
Mhm.
take off your bra, put on t-shirts and the jeans, look
Yeah.
raggedy, so to speak,
Yeah.
just for somebody to listen. And I think not I think, I know, one of my pet peeves with thriving breast cancer is you don't look sick.
Mhm.
Like week before last, I was in the hospital and the doctors came in and, oh, you look great. Why are you in here? Oh, because I don't have anything else to do tonight and nothing's on TV, so I might as well just show up in
So
emergency
what?
with all
Right.
these other people. And I was like, why do you think I'm in here? I said, look at my chart. Oh, well, let's just take your blood pressure first. Took my blood pressure. You know what my blood pressure was? 222
Mm.
over 176.
Wow.
Then they start scrambling around and, oh, don't move. Oh, the heart monitors and all this stuff goes up then. But I look fine, right? And so then they figured, oh, you just might have a blood clot in your lungs.
Wow.
Oh, we're going to admit you. And so the pet peeve is one of the things I'm like, okay, God, if you're listening, I don't know sometimes because some people you listen to a little bit quicker than you listen to me. Now, I don't know when I got on the bad side of TikTok, but you know, if you're listening, if I can have one moment of your time,
Yeah.
I don't want to look like I have 2 seconds to live. If I
Mm.
have to endure this, can there
Mm.
be a contingency plan?
Right.
Can you meet me
Yeah,
halfway?
give me the right.
I don't want to, I just don't want to look like that. But people that really know me know when I don't feel well. They can hear it
Mm,
in my voice.
yeah,
They can
yeah,
see I move a little slower.
yeah,
Then people, oh, you eat a lot. You need to quit eating sugar. First of all, you don't know what I eat, and I take steroids.
yeah,
There's steroids in some of the pain medications. So of course there's going to be weight.
yeah, yeah.
And so I want to normalize when I'm not talking about the hypochondriacs either.
Mm-hmm.
If you know somebody that, if you ask them, how are they doing? And their stock answer is, I'm okay.
Uh-huh.
Listen behind the, I'm okay.
Yep, yep,
And
yep.
don't listen to respond, listen to hear.
Mm, come on.
And I know listen and silence have the same letters in it, but sometimes we're so often so eager to
Yep.
listen to respond and
Yeah.
not really hear what
Mm-hmm.
a person is going through. I mean, I've had people just say, oh, what are you going to do? You're going to take your medicine? Oh, because you're in pain? Oh, but I have to go do XYZ. So hold
Mm-hmm.
off on taking your medicine because once you take your medicine, then you're out. But I need to talk to you about something. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
And
my.
I gotta, love Lila because Lila will go off
Oh yeah.
worse than I do about how people treat me.
Yeah.
And so now I have zero tolerance. I mean, even with since the event, there was so much ugly ridiculousness that was said, during the event,
Yeah.
and I just had to just cut people off.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, oh, I called you. Okay. And so what goes with that? Or
Yeah.
people think because they think that they're important, if they text or call, you're supposed to abort mission, whatever you're doing, and answer my
Mm-hmm.
calls. I don't do that anymore. Well, I
Yeah.
never really
Yeah.
did, but I really don't
Yeah.
because if I'm going to be an advocate, my first advocacy begins with me.
With oh, come on. Mm. Yeah,
And
that's it.
so
Yeah.
I can't tell you to be a better steward over yourself and your situation, and I'm
Yeah.
being neglectful.
Yeah.
And so also I wanted to get away from the pink ribbons and the pink races, and I'm not knocking that. We're
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
breasties.
Yeah.
But I bear the scars because this is what breast cancer looks like. It looks like scars. It looks like hugging a toilet. It looks like eating a fork or two or three and you can't
Mm-hmm.
eat anymore. It
Mm-hmm.
looks like making yourself eat or sleep or
Yeah.
staying up days on end because the pain is so severe
Yeah.
that you can't do anything. It looks like being, prior to chemo, I was only allergic to penicillin.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward to today. I'm allergic to everything at this point.
Wow.
And then I can't take Benadryl because I'm allergic to Benadryl. And then I'm allergic to the substitute for Benadryl. And then I can't use the EpiPen either.
Yeah.
But I look fine. And so we need to normalize just supporting people from a heart space and not a trauma space.
Mm. Oh, that's so important. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
because more often than not, we cultivate relationships based on being there for somebody because somebody wasn't there for us.
Yeah.
That's a trauma space. That's not heart centered.
Yeah.
And so I'm in this space now. If you love and respect me and respect my space, and if I tell you I don't feel well, I don't want to have to answer a damn questionnaire
Mm-hmm.
as to what's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you look good. I gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I eliminate people quicker now than I ever have. Family, friends, and foes gotta go.
Yeah.
Because, you've heard the album, Blood Don't Make You Bond. you know, and all skin folk ain't kin folk.
Oh, people.
And I don't have to be connected to you just because of genetics.
Yeah.
So if you respect me, I'm going to respect you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And because let's be real, I have more years behind me than I do ahead of me.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And so,
I'm gonna tell you this. I love this about you and Lila. Like you talk, a lot of people say we keeping it real. Like you two, you and I know that's what connected me to you two, but you two like really like unapologetically raw. This is what it is. Take me as I am. Take it as it, and we need more of that. Like I love even with your journey, when you showed your scars. A lot of people are. It's almost like you took. As they say, take the shame away. You know what I mean? And I just thought that was so powerful. And as an advocate, we need you. The person advocating needs to be like that. Like you got to be transparent. You need to tell the truth about, like you said, the it's not all pink and roses. You know what I mean? And so that's what I love about you. And again, you didn't let that's why I want you to share your journey up to being diagnosed, because I know, I know the story. And so you weren't bitter. You know what I mean? You didn't let that bitterness, you like you said, you turned it into better. How can I, make it better for someone else? And so with this Project Breast Control,
mhm.
um part of the services that you offer, it's almost like you're that support, um for the person, right? um Not necessarily like, I was reading, it's like you're providing the support that everybody is not going to come in and do. You know what I mean? Everybody's not going to come in. I remember you were mentioned at the event about like some people need help finding a bra. You know what I mean? Like the approach, like
Yeah.
who think, like some people don't think like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should go with her and help her find a bra that she's comfortable with. Like the average person really doesn't think of that, but she does need that.
Child. One of the most insensitive things a girlfriend did. Well, she's no longer a girlfriend. We only talk at this point because I was just like, wow, the balls. Um, oh, you have the bandages off. You need to get out. Let's get out. And then she takes me to Victoria's Secrets because she needed some new bras.
Oh, oh,
Now
oh,
daggone well, and I
wow.
don't want to say daggone.
I know what you're going to say. I know.
Victoria don't have no secrets, first of all. Second of all, there's nothing in here that I can wear.
Yeah. Wow.
And even with the prosthesis, when I first went to go get the prosthetics, they gave me pink. And I said, I don't want pink.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everybody gets pink, and your insurance company won't pay for another color.
Wow.
What? So it took 2.5 years for me to advocate for some brown prosthetics.
Mm. Mm.
And then here's the kicker. Do you not know that the insurance company does not pay for nipples?
Wow.
They said nipples aren't important. They're important when you sucking them.
Wow.
I mean, they're. I'm just saying. They're
Oh
important. They're important when you're breastfeeding a child. So why aren't they important for women that have
my God.
had their
Yeah.
breasts severed?
Wow.
And Lila and I have talked about this, how you grow up and when you start getting your breast, you get the little matching panties and bras
Yeah. Yeah.
and all of that. Then when you get older or mature, then you get the lingerie. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some people buy it for themselves, some people buy it for others. Nevertheless,
Mm-hmm.
it's purchased.
Yeah.
But in all of that, we never teach our girls how to preserve and protect the breasts that we're decorating.
Mm. Mm.
But then once they're severed, it's like it's a form of disability, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because you're a breast amputee,
Yeah.
and so if you get, they have hand prosthetics, leg prosthetics, but with breast, oh, just take what we give you.
Wow.
You don't have to be fitted for it. It's like, why is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is it we value women and their bodies until we don't?
Mm.
There was no counseling for, okay, once you see the scars for the first time, you're going to freak out.
Yeah. Like. Yeah.
Once you lose your hair, I mean, and even, I'm not going to mince words because that's not what I do, but even with losing the hair, in church we're taught your hair is your glory. And don't cut your hair. Don't do this. Hair, hair, hair. But for my late sister Raina, when my hair first started shedding, and she flew from the Bay Area to Los Angeles to shave my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and I had some hair. I ain't never been bald headed, you
Yeah.
know. I had some hair and I loved my hair.
Yeah.
And, I loved the way that my breast looked and my clothes looked in my breast.
Yeah.
But then when you don't have that, who are you?
Mm.
And so when she had to shave my head, when she first put the razor to my head, I thought I was going to freak out because in my head was all that church stuff. Your hair is your glory, da 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 da
Yeah.
da.
Yeah.
But the moment the razor hit my head, I realized my hair wasn't my glory, it was my bondage.
Mm.
And so, how do we teach women just because you're bald, that doesn't mean that your glory has lessened?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
And they say we're not the sum of our body parts until we are.
Yeah.
And so when I am the only person still in history to be on the cover of a magazine exposing the scars.
Yeah. I'm telling you, when I saw, I was like, wow, that is like, first of all, courageous. You know what I mean? But what better person to advocate than that person that's willing to like
Yeah.
say, hey, this is what it is. This is me now. This is what it is. It's like, I just thought
Not
that was
everybody and their
so,
mama.
yeah, yeah.
I even had this person, I won't even call her a lady, this human being that's still breathing, went to this famous recording artist because, I don't want to get sued for dropping names or
Hmm.
people, oh, she's name dropping. Because if you get me, you sue me, all you're going to get is a prosthetic. You can't even get my glasses. But she went to this famous person, and this person did an album. And so she was walking down the street with a stroller showing her scars. And so then somebody called me and said, "Well, Max, she's using all of your material."
Mm.
And I said, "What?" So I looked her up and I'm just like, "This is interesting." I happened to see an interview where somebody's asking her, "Well, how did you get inspired to show the scars and da 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 da?" She turns around to whoever was off camera and said, "Where did we steal this from again?"
Oh, oh no.
And then that's when I had to shut it down.
Yeah, yeah,
you know. And so it has become the norm that people are just showing scars to just, oh, see my scars,
yeah, and not really. Yeah, yeah,
and not the symbolic meaning of severing a part of you
yeah,
that means so much that the doctors aren't going to tell you about.
yeah,
Yes, they may have the support groups afterwards, but who really, I mean, let's be real. Who wants to sit about around a bunch of sad females whining and complaining about what they're going through? I don't.
yeah, yeah.
And then let's talk about the wigs that they give you. I'm like, okay. Did you guys read the room and do
Right.
research on what might work
Yeah,
on somebody that looks like me?
yeah, yeah.
And even with the wigs were, even if they were black, the seam, I guess the part in the wig
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
was like the lightest color beige you could find.
Wow.
And then it wasn't aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And so that's why I'm partnering with women that can do any hair type
Mm.
to make sure that the appropriate wigs are in cancer centers.
Yeah, yeah.
And when women are first diagnosed, I mean, the youngest person that I talked to that was diagnosed with breast cancer was 19 years old.
Wow.
And the oldest was 84, whom I loved because she was like, you know what? I'm 84 years old, but I want reconstructive surgery. I was
Mm.
like, well, I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
Because she said everybody knew her for her breast.
Mm.
And that when she died, when she walked into, when they walked into her services, that was the first thing she wanted them to see. Like, well, I was like, well, okay.
I guess.
Well, my aunt passed away two years ago, and when we walked in, I'm like, "What y'all do to her chest?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What happened?" They were like, "We just put her on a bra. That's all natural." I was like, "Oh, okay," because it's very distracting.
Yeah.
Can we tape them down or something?
Oh
But
my
this
God.
this lady said when she died, that's what she wanted people to
Wow.
see. And so when you deal with people like that,
Mm-hmm.
it's not one shoe fits all or one
Yeah.
breast fits all.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to create an organization that I could meet people, women and men, at the
Yeah.
core who they are.
Yeah.
And when Lila was like, men get breast cancer too. And I was like, yeah, you know what? So the first thing that we did in Singapore and America, we did the virtual tea party,
Mm-hmm.
spilling the tea on breast cancer.
Yeah.
And then we did wine, women, and wellness. And then men are reaching out now. As a matter of fact, Lila and I will be releasing a song probably tonight, and it's called One Percenters. And it's an
Mm.
anthem for men with breast
For
cancer.
men. Yeah. There's
It's
1% of
never
men. Yeah.
been done in the history of never done. It's never been done.
Wow.
And so this is to honor the men that are the one
Yeah.
percenters.
Yeah. I'm telling you, when like I said, when my son was there and he was just we even talked about it after. Like he was like he couldn't believe he's like, oh my gosh, like I didn't know. You know what I mean? So it's like these events that you and Lila are, like you said, spilling the tea on on breast cancer, right? It's good that you're having these events to not just advocate but inform, because people
Mhm.
really don't know.
They don't know, and I want Jake, the young man that inspired this song.
Mm-hmm.
He recently went to a breast cancer event, and the women weren't nice
Mm.
because they felt like we've had breast cancer first, and so they didn't embrace the man. So I
Mm.
think
Yeah.
as women, we need to do better and embrace our men.
Yeah.
Like we want men to embrace our scars after we've had a single or double mastectomy. What I think we should embrace their scars as well,
Yeah. Yeah.
even
Yeah.
whether they call it pet cancer, chest cancer.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, there's a scar.
It's yeah. There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
And why can't we give them the support that we just automatically expect them to give us?
Yeah. And I love that with project breast control. That's what kind of really stood out, because again, you when you see these breast cancer organization, it's really only about women. But what stood out to me about Project Breast Control is how you support men as well. And again, not like it like you like one of the things you helping the first person find their bra, like you're there during like I two of the young ladies got up and spoke and said
Mhm.
how you walked with them through their journey of getting diagnosed. You know what I mean? Like that was, and a lot of people don't um have that, and especially to have someone who's already been there to come back and say, you know what, even though I'm still there, I'm on this journey, I'm still going to help this person through the journey. So I thought that that is so powerful um about you, even with me, how you are with me, you've like just empowered me. Just we've had conversations that one day when we talked on the phone for, we were supposed to
Mhm.
just, it was a quick question, and when I tell you I needed that
Mhm.
day, and I told my husband, I'm like, wow, she is like, she's been through so much, she's in stage 4, and here she is taking the time to just really pour into me, like she sees me, you know what I mean, like she the whole thing, when you, like you said, when people say I'm okay, listen to what's behind that. You know, are you really listening? And it was like you really listened, because I'm that day I wasn't okay. But
I
after, and I know
know.
you, and after I talked to you, I was okay. But here again, like I said, you're in your own. Some people can be selfish, like, you know, look, I'm going through my own stuff. I ain't got time to be uh uh pacifying this person, you know what I mean? But just the fact that, like I said, you saw, you can hear, you know, clearly, I guess, that I wasn't, oh, and I wasn't, you know. And I was just, I'm like forever grateful, because like I said, you're in your own journey, and just to, but one thing I heard you say at the event is like, I look, I'm living. I'm gonna live while I'm living. You know, I'm still living, so I'm gonna live. But again, like I said, that day, it you not only poured into me where I felt better, but you inspired me. You know what I mean? It just empowered me to just keep going, you know. Um, and so, like I said, I those young ladies that spoke at the event spoke so highly of you, because you offer that same thing to them, like, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm watching them speak this about you, but then to experience it myself, I think that that is amazing. And again, it's, I love that it's you that's the advocate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for
Yeah.
this cape.
Yeah. And look, and you are a transformer. Just the fact that you and Lila got this song coming out, and it's for the men with it. I can't wait to share it. I can't wait to share
Yeah.
it. So yeah, I mean, I think that is so amazing. Everything that you're doing is amazing. What your organization stands for is really powerful. And again, I love that you are highlighting that, hey, the men out here got it too. Like this is not a gender controlled, disease. So let's, support them as well. So I think that, again, like I said, those are the things to me that is unique about your organization. That's why I'm like, I want to get on board with her and do whatever I can to support the organization. So I thank you so much for everything that you're doing. I thank you for coming on to the show and sharing your journey, because I really wanted people to, hear your story. Um and you're just, I mean, listen, people, Max is hilarious. She is hilarious. She's being nice. She's keeping it cute tonight. Max is- she is hilarious. Like, I mean, full of life. You know what I mean? Like, you're walking with stage 4 breast cancer, but full of life. I mean, I just, yeah, I'm just in awe of it. And again, like I said, I thank you. I think you're doing an amazing job. And I thank you again for coming on to the show. And please be sure to tag me in that song when you guys drop it tonight.
Okay.
And shout out to Lila.
Right. Well, thank you for having me. And
Yeah.
not only me, Lila and I, thanks for embracing us.
Oh, yeah.
Because Gala and Project Breast Control, is a dynamic duo.
Yeah. Oh, no, for sure.
And I just Lila and I partnering together has given me strength
Yeah.
and forced me to be out in the front because I'm really a behind the scenes person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
really am.
Yeah.
Because I be saying, Jesus, don't have me say none to none of your children. And one of them, you know, you know. But,
But
to
that's why
whom
you
much
and
is given,
Lila,
much
that's
is
why
required.
you and Lila work. It works. You know what I mean? Like you said, you're kind of more of a
Yeah.
behind the scenes, but that's why you and Lila, it works. Yeah.
And she's not afraid to check me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Not many people can check me,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
Max
Lila's a
Devereaux.
fireball.
you know, but what I like about us is that
Yeah.
it's greater than us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I always say the true test of a man's character is when he can reach beyond his weeping eyes to dry somebody
Mm.
else's tears. And if you
Mm.
can't do that, what are we really doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I look at some people that I've known that's passed away with stage 0, stage 1 cancer.
Yeah.
And then, I've had people say, well, why are you still here? Are you really
Mm.
sick? Or you're faking cancer?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I didn't fake orgasm, so I'm not gonna fake no damn cancer.
Right.
Let's just be clear. you know, let's be clear. I said, and anybody that knows, I only talk about breast cancer really during October and now July.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I talk about it more, but I don't really showcase what I go through.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in order to grow through it, you have to go through it.
You got to go through it. Yeah.
And so the difference between, and this is just my core belief, I believe I'm still here simply because I don't embrace the illnesses. And there's a laundry list, not only breast cancer,
Mm-hmm.
sarcoidosis, lung cancer, heart
Yeah.
disease, stage
Yeah.
2 kidney failure, um, all of the stuff that's going on. I
Yeah.
don't embrace it like the jaws of life.
Yeah.
And so when some people, they get sick and that's all they talk about and that
Yeah.
becomes their identity.
Mm.
I chose not to do that.
Yeah.
When I share, it's for advocacy and to
Yep.
inspire others and to let people know if I'm going to advocate for you, the moment you find a lump and I show up, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not just hearsay. Now doctors call me when people are newly diagnosed.
Yeah.
and I tell people here are the options. And so we can't cry sisterhood and throw sisterhood around like confetti and not really be there for our sisters.
Yeah.
Or a lot of women I've been speaking to this past couple of weeks, their friends disappear when they get
Yeah.
diagnosed because
Yeah.
they can't handle what's going on with their friend.
Yeah.
And so when you go to these support groups, we're just listening to people complain. And
Mm-hmm.
so I wanted to champion and not complain.
I love and
So
yeah, I love that. Yeah. Yeah.
and I appreciate you giving me this platform just to be me. And I
Yeah.
didn't have to come on and be all stoic and be something that I'm not because I don't
Well,
feel
that's what
like
I
it.
love about you. That you are you. I absolutely love that about you.
I didn't put on pink
Yeah.
because I said I'm gonna put on something that if I do get some makeup on it, you can't tell.
You can't tell.
But thank you again for giving Lila and I this platform.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and thank you for embracing the music. The music has been really therapeutic.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. And again, that's just another avenue. Like you said, you're a transformer. You know what I mean? That's just another avenue of advocating, really. And so, yeah, again, I love what you're doing. And to our viewers who tuned in tonight, thank you for tuning in. And I hope that you were informed. I hope that you were inspired by her championing this and not allowing herself to be defeated by it. Like, I think that is so powerful. So I pray that anyone who is going through anything can take Max's story and just be inspired by it. She is a beautiful person inside and out, and she is just really a living testament to I am living while I am living. She is truly living. So again, thank you all for tuning in to another episode of the Women Can Do Show. If you tuned in late, no worries. It will be saved on our YouTube channel as soon as we log off. So be sure to subscribe so you can catch the episode, catch the replay, comment, show Max some love. All right. So we will be back with another episode next Wednesday of the Women Can Do Show. I'm your host, Rochelle, signing off. God bless you and have a great rest of your week. And remember, as always, finish strong Friday. All right. Bye.
Bye.